Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Tuesday, May 4, 2021. BBC report. Biden-Carter. What's going on in this picture? It seems to show Joe Biden and his wife Jill towering over ex-President Jimmy Carter and former First Lady Rosalynn Carter at their home in Plains, Georgia, last week. Whilst Mr. Biden is indeed slightly taller than Mr. Carter, the image seems to be the result of distortion caused by using a wide-angle lens, says BBC picture editor Phil Coombs. This has resulted in those close to the edge of the frame being enlarged, whilst pushing back those in the middle.
Al Jazeera report. Mealworm on the menu. EU approves first insect protein. Frog legs rolled in worm flour could be the next culinary delight for European haute cuisine after the European Union gave its blessing for the first time for an insect food. Dried yellow mealworm can now be sold across the 27-nation bloc after a Monday decision from EU governments and a food safety assessment, the European Commission said on Tuesday. EU officials suggest it could be used as a protein boost for cookies, pasta or baked goods, as they try to reassure fussy eaters that millions of people around the world already eat insects.
Fox report. South African driver a study in calm as he comes under gunfire. Video. The driver of a van carrying cash in South Africa displayed iron calm as he and a passenger came under heavy gunfire, according to a dramatic viral video. The unidentified driver managed to retain control of the vehicle as it came under attack, with bullets ricocheting off the SUV, according to the video posted to social media Friday. "He's coming after us," the driver tells his colleague at the beginning of the chase, asking him to hand him a large rifle they have in the truck.
Deutsche Welle report. German gangster rap promotes anti-Semitic and misogynistic attitudes. Study. Researchers from the University of Bielefeld in the German state of North Rhine-Westphalia, NRW, unveiled a study on Tuesday examining youth susceptibility to anti-Semitic and misogynistic messaging in so-called gangster rap lyrics. The genre is popular with young Germans. The study provides the first empirical evidence that gangster rap prepares the breeding ground for later entrenched anti-Semitic attitudes, said NRW Anti-Semitism Commissioner Sabine Leuthauser-Schnerenberger, who sponsored the study.
BBC report. COVID vaccine. Biden unveils plan to vaccinate young Americans. It comes as U.S. drug officials consider approving the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine for children ages 12 to 15, which could happen as early as next week. A new study shows that U.S. children account for 22% of new daily COVID cases, up from 3% last year. The announcement could ease fears for parents about schools reopening. The president's new plan also targets vaccine-hesitant groups with incentives and by making the jab more accessible.
Fox report. U.S. turns over base to Afghan forces in volatile Helmand province, withdrawal up to 6% complete. Military. The U.S. military has completed the first facility turnover to Afghanistan forces in the country, marking a significant step in President Biden's promised withdrawal. Biden set a target to withdraw troops from the country by Sept. 11, a 4-month delay from former President Trump's original May 1 deadline. U.S. military forces have worked since Biden's announcement to prepare for the withdrawal by retrograding materials and destroying equipment.
CNN report. Inside a smuggling operation moving migrants across the U.S.-Mexico border. The blue sedan looked like any other driving along a Mexican highway until the mid-morning sun glinted off long, thin pieces of metal lashed to the car's left side. A column of rebar about 20 feet long was tied precariously to the side mirror. In most other places in Mexico, this might have just been some workers doing construction without the right truck for the job. But this car was driving right along the border wall in Ciudad Juarez, a city just south of the U.S.-Mexico line, with El Paso, Texas on the other side, a city where human smuggling abounds.
CNN report. Walmart's online store isn't profitable, now it's borrowing from Amazon's playbook. Let's say you're shopping for something on Walmart.com, maybe t-shirts. Under the category on the site, you'll see a number of options shipped and sold by Walmart itself. Then, there are others. You can get a Ford Mustang tee from a third-party seller named Wild Bobby, or one boasting Disney's Stitch character from the seller Open & Clothing. Basically, There's no shortage of t-shirts to choose from.
CNN report. Deadline looms for Netanyahu to build new government in Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has one more day to convince potential partners to join him in a new government, or risk seeing the country's president hand the opportunity to a rival. One of the key figures Netanyahu needs to get on board is former Defense Minister Naftali Bennett of the right-wing EUChina party. Bennett appeared to reject an offer by Netanyahu to rotate the premiership on Monday, even though the offer included Bennett going first in the rotation.
Deutsche Welle report. France-UK spat escalates over Jersey fishing grounds. The French government on Tuesday threatened to take retaliatory measures against the UK, claiming that British officials have set new rules for French fishing boats in violation of Brexit agreements. The post-Brexit tensions over shared fishing grounds have been simmering in recent weeks. French fishermen claim they are being prevented from operating in British waters because of difficulties in obtaining licenses.
Al Jazeera report. UK policeman on trial for ex-football player Atkinsons' murder. Former Aston Villa striker Rosalynn Atkinson died after being tasered 3 times and kicked at least twice to the head by an angry police officer. A jury heard on Tuesday at the start of a murder trial. Birmingham Crown Court in central England was told that West Mercia Police Constable Benjamin Monk denies the murder and manslaughter of Atkinson, who also played for Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday.
Al Jazeera report. Biden sets goal of 70% vaccination by July 4. President Joe Biden has announced a goal to have 70% of U.S. adults vaccinated with at least one COVID-19 shot and 160 million adults fully vaccinated by the July 4 Independence Day holiday. He also said on Tuesday that the United States will have sent 10% of its AstraZeneca vaccine doses to other nations, including Canada, Mexico and another unnamed nation he is speaking with, by July 4.
Fox report. Unruly airline passenger behavior spikes amid zero-tolerance policy. FAA. Airlines are seeing a spike in bad behavior among people flying despite a zero-tolerance policy, with 1,300 reports of unruly passengers made since February, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, said. The agency has so far identified potential violations in about 260 of the reported cases, an FAA spokesman told Fox News on Tuesday. Officials also initiated approximately 20 enforcement cases and sent notices to the passengers, the spokesman said.
Fox report. Florida teen accused of rigging homecoming election with mom to be charged as an adult. A Florida teen, who along with her mother is accused of rigging a homecoming queen election in her favor, is being charged as an adult, Fox News has confirmed. Emily Rose Grover was still 17 when she was arrested in March and turned 18 last month. A spokesman for the state attorney's office in Escambia County told Fox News Tuesday that Grover will be tried as an adult. Grover and her mother, Laura Rose Carroll, 50, face multiple felony charges stemming from the October homecoming vote at Tate High School in Pensacola, Florida.
CNN report. A restaurant manager who forced a black man to work without pay owes him more than $500,000 in restitution, court rules. A South Carolina man who was forced to work over 100 hours every week for years without pay and subjected to verbal and physical abuse was supposed to receive close to $273,000 in restitution after his former manager pleaded guilty. But that initial amount was too low. An appellate court ruled in April. The man should have received more than double that amount, closer to $546,000, from the manager to account for federal labor laws, according to the ruling.
BBC report. Kenya probes curfew police after sick baby dies. The 4-month-old had developed breathing difficulties on Saturday and was rushed to a local hospital, the grandfather told the Nation newspaper. Medics said the child needed to go to a referral hospital 25 kilometers, 15 miles, away. But officers at a roadblock allegedly refused to let them pass because of a COVID curfew. Kenya has imposed a 22:00–04:00 curfew to curb a surge in coronavirus infections. The police have not responded to the BBC's request for comment.
Deutsche Welle report. EU-China investment deal put on ice over sanctions. The diplomatic spat between the European Union and China has jeopardized a major investment agreement, officials said on Tuesday. EU Commission Vice President Valdis Dombrovskis told AFP news agency that efforts to win approval for the deal were effectively on ice. We now in a sense have suspended political outreach activities from the European Commission side, Dombrovskis said in an interview.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.